They'll probably say, where exactly are you going with this? I see you really trying to take it there. Old school flows chew you out, ain't fair. Jordan Perry.
Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zai. You already know what time it is, but basically, you already know what I'm going to get into. You can tell by the byline exactly what it's going to be about. And this is one of those things I really consider a serious topic. It's simply for the fact that, you know, me now, especially being at the tender age that I am, you know, I have put out a few different songs. I think I got upwards, the ones I've put out, I got 3 out so far. Now I'm about to drop this EP at the end of this month, which is drill. So, you know, a lot of people have been getting at me, telling me like, hey, you know, there may be consequences to a lot of the shit you talk about as far as like the drill and being just uber disrespectful. But that is life. You know what I mean? Some people like to put age on it, but you die anyways. Life is one of those that you're going to die unexpectedly anyway, whether it's due to natural causes, somebody taking your life, or you die in a car accident. You know, it's you can never determine exactly when you're gonna die. You just live to die. You're born to die. You're birth and then die. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's one of those things. So, you know, this is not so much about me. So I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about. You know, as far as like, you know, being a rapper nowadays is a real is a serious thing. It wasn't like in the past where dudes made diss songs and, you know what I mean, and diss each other's crew, and then they made up like a few days later or maybe years down the line. They came to some conclusion that what they beefed about really wasn't what it was about. It was just somebody that was hurt feelings, didn't get the money that they expected, and you know, they did a collaboration. It was all good. But the rappers nowadays that portray to be that gangster are in fact living that gangster life. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of rappers that's never been about it, and they're basically industry plants or people that was made up, and they got a couple of cats behind them hyping them up like they were that man, but they end up getting exposed, and then you find them on camera eating poles, you know what I'm saying? And not them, you know, they eating poles, you know what I mean? And basically doing things that they you know, that they girls should be doing, you know what I'm saying? But that's besides the point. You know, I'm not here to knock your, you know, any type of cat sexuality. It's just it is what it is. It's being honest. A lot of cats that proclaim to be certain thing are pole snatchers, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this rap game, a lot of cats are getting killed. It's become that serious. Now it's like your life expectancy as a rapper is like really limited. Now, you have cats out here on the internet that are more conscious rappers that rap more about, you know, females, and, you know, some rap more about drugs, but even their like life expectancy is short, and not necessarily just due to the fact that they do drugs. It's just you have a lot of people that on social media and in life hate on you because they want to be in a position that you're in, but they have yet to find any way to really get there. You know, or they have no type of real talent. Right now, you have people on IG hating on different individuals, even such as myself, you know, hating on cats like me because they've been doing it for a while, you know what I mean, and they haven't really made no traction without doing features with you know, what they consider big artists, but yet they're still not getting nowhere because they feel like there's a real disadvantage in the industry for, you know, certain cats, you know what I mean? And here I come along and I'm doing rap as if it's a hobby, and I'm actually making some traction, and they fear it. So now it becomes that us against you type mentality, you know what I mean? Which I really don't pay attention to a lot of these rappers that are really insignificant to me. The only way they really do get their shine is to diss another rapper or talk about how not G some other cat is, you know what I mean? Those type, you know what I mean? Basically crabs in a bucket, steadily trying to pull motherfuckers down. So with that being said, you know, when you're dealing with cats like that, you ain't got to really worry about them because they're not going to do nothing. But like I figure, like, you know, with this industry the way it used to be, like I said, with cats being able to say whatever they wanted to say, and basically it was water up under the bridge when I see you, you know what I mean? Or maybe a few scuffle. You really didn't see no real damage being done into, you know, cliques such as, you know, Death Row popped up and, you know, allegedly, I said allegedly because I don't like, you know, Suge Knight and his, and then you had Master P and his, allegedly, you know what I mean, that were really with that life, you know what I mean? So the type of cat you, Eazy-E, like cat you really didn't want to tangle with when it came to that hood stuff, because whether it was them or somebody else, things happen, you know what I mean? Like real connects to certain things. So, you know, those type of cats, you know, you can't really take nothing away from them. But nowadays, it's like, it's not just, you know, I know somebody, it's a, you know, you disrespect me on the record, I'm gonna gun you down, knowing that all the cameras around, it doesn't really matter. It's just, you know, I'm about that. Like, I feel like nowadays rappers are forced to be about that, because if you're not, you got cats had to take your chain, and then you know, that's one of the things I never really understood. Like, if you get your chain taken, you're considered a bitch. But it's like, if you're getting jumped by like 20 people and somebody happened to be able to spirit away your chain, it is what it is. To me, it's like, it's better to just get up off the chain. Here, go, you know, you got a gun on me, take it, you know what I mean? But if I catch you later on, you know, that's a for sure body, you know what I mean? But maybe I might not even be the one, I just be at the house. But it's one of those things, you know, a lot of people don't really take into consideration that life can be that short. And then, like I said, when you're up against people that hate you just for the simple fact that you made something, and like, you had rappers that came up around the same time as you, not me in particular, but a lot of these rappers have died due to the fact that they hung around cats that secretly dislike them. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening now. There's a lot of cats that are rapping and in the industry that are secretly hated by the same cats that they hang around. And that's why you hear about cats being backdoored and all types of shit. You know what I mean? It's like, you've had rappers, you know, you had the one cat, I forgot his name, was something Trill. He got killed in the All-Star Weekend. There's a lot of rappers that refused to go to Atlanta for the All-Star Weekend because they already knew it was going to be a gang of drama. They knew most likely people were going to end up dead. You had Mo3 get killed in his own city on the freeway. I'm not here to stipulate why he got killed. I know there's other channels that tend to do that, but that's just not really my stilo. You had the one rapper, what's his name? Man. The one that was from the Bay Area, he got killed in Dublin. You had him. You had the other cat that supposedly, you know, that just got killed in LA, that, you know, supposedly owed money that he refused to pay back and got killed. I'm just saying that's what they say. You know what I mean? Which, yeah, that's what they say. But all in all, at the end of the day, it's just one of those now. You know what I mean? It's just like, if you're going to be a rapper, you really need to stand on what you're talking about. You got Draco the Ruler. Cats are still hating on him. Like, that's not my beef, so I'm not going to, I don't choose nobody's side. But it's just like, you know, when you're moving like that, you got to really be careful, because there is a lot of cats, especially in LA, is hate. LA has always, let me tell you the difference between the East and the West. On the East Coast, you know, you've always seen rappers, you know, you have your haters, but you've always seen a lot of rappers, they'll put their moms on, cousins, sisters. If you can spit, you got real bars, they're going to put you on, or at least try to point you in the right direction. Of course, you got some that would rather see you not surpass them, especially if you can rap better. But for the most part, West Coast has always been like that. Get on, get on, get on. You had the Dirty South that did the same thing, but at the same time, the same ones that were pushing for you to get on be the ones that want you to get on so they can take you and kill you. You know what I mean? That's been proven many times over if you just watching social media. But when it comes to the West Coast, it's like a plague on this side. Nobody wants to see you excel. You'll have these rappers that been holding it down for 10 years, run into people that they know that are better than them. But instead of putting you on to try to help you, or even to, like, you know, to be that mentor, you know, even if you're afraid, even if they're afraid that you could take their spotlight, you know, if you've been in it over 10, 15 years, now it's time to pass the torch. You want to bring in new talent, but these guys will wait till they're old and dusty before they even try to bring on it. And by that time, nobody's even really paying attention to their suggestion. So they end up rapping with certain cats that are way below their pay grade. But it's just because they're still trying to be relevant, when you should always put somebody on. It's like in my situation, I have cats that I mess with heavily, and my goal is to bring them to the forefront. Whatever type of exposure I can bring to them, I'm gonna do it. And that's why I just did the collab with my boy Fictive Ken, which was Chief, formerly known as Chief Loud, but I think Fictive Ken is more of their group. And I did with Danny Zico. Danny Zico's been doing it for a while, so he actually sauced my song up on the Out the Muds, you know, and we vibed in the studio. But I can trust that group. You know, I've had cats come at me, want me to pay them for features, but they're, you know, no disrespect to them, but I really don't vibe with their stilo like that. You know what I mean? And then there's cats that I'm reaching out that I want to do features with, but I know it's gonna cost me. So what I do, I record my music, I sell my disc, and take that and turn around and flip it, because nothing's for free in this industry. And I don't ask for handouts. But that's what rappers nowadays are up against. Cats that are envious of them. Cats that have been hanging around them since day one. That day one, it's like, what's his name? Gutter Mac out of IE. He got a shirt, him and his boys wearing, called Day One Killer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's saying, you know, they killing their day ones. Like I said, ain't no such thing as day ones. Your day ones would be the one to turn around and smoke you. You see it all the time. Play you, take something from you, be envious of your woman, envious of the money that you're making. Your chain could be the same exact size as theirs, but it's the simple fact that you have maybe 2 more diamonds in them. They feel like you've played them, that they should get everything because they were with you since the day of the struggle, but yet they have no talent themselves. So basically, you're out of loyalty, you're taking them along, but they're not really putting forth any effort. It's like, that reminds me of a interview I seen with Nelly, and Nelly was basically talking about the Saint Lunatics and a few choice cats that he was dealing with that was making all types of money and basically using his resources for free and wasn't kicking in nothing, and he never tripped on it. But yet, when they tried to make a deal and it didn't turn out the way they expected, they wanted him to go forth and put his, you know, verbiage out there in order to try to get him a better deal. But they made that backyard deal, and it didn't work out for him. So that's what, you know, social media is right now, and the whole rap game. It's one of those, if you jump into this game, know that it can get dangerous. It's a shame that you can't even go to your own neighborhood. I still go to mine, but I'm nobody right now. You know what I mean? But it's a shame that these cats that are actually doing something for their communities and putting money in cats' pocket can't really skate through their own hood. When you've did what you've did in your neighborhood, and then you go on to make something even greater, you should be able to post up in your neighborhood if you want. You should be able to call up people and be like, hey, come out. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, there's some neighbors that actually exist with zero hate. It's like, hey, we gonna make sure when you come here, you're good. You know, I'm not gonna get into all the rappers that died. You know what I mean? You have Pop Smoke come here and get killed. You know what I mean? You've had Biggie come out here get killed. You've had Pac get killed in Vegas. You've had numerous cats. Like, it just, you had FBG Duck get killed in his own city because he refused to leave it. You know what I'm saying? You had King Von just get killed. You know what I mean? Now you got Quando Rondo and a few other cats on the verge of getting their shit blown out because now they're you know, all the angst is towards them. It's like the rap game is one of those now, if you ain't gangster, stay up out of it. Or stay up out the way. Don't put yourself in certain venues. Don't go certain places. Because you got cats that don't even know you, that attest you. And sometimes the same cat, like I said, that be kicking it right next to you with that pistol, you got to watch him, because that same pistol, he turned around and used it on you. You got to know who you're dealing with. But the rap game is grimy. So if you're going to get in it, know what it consists of. Know that at any given time, the one that you trust the most, which I trust no one, can take your life. You got cats' mothers taking their life, and sisters and cousins. Little envious, little argument, blow you down. They spend the rest of their life in prison, but just because that little moment of angst and anger, you know what I'm saying, they snapped, and then you end up losing your life, and any possibility of you really taking it to the next level is gone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's one of those, and it's real. Especially with this drill. Drill is a real issue, they say. It brings a negative vibe, but if you really willing to accept it, you accept it. I'm bringing that West Coast drill regardless, and like people, that you did was in drill. It's a borderline drill. The next shit I put out is gonna be drill. The whole EP is gonna be drill. Disrespectful, and I gotta curve my words a little bit because, you know, cats like to go cry. So I gotta, you know, kind of what, but it's still gonna be hot, you know what I mean? So be looking out for that. Pick your dead up. That's what the EP's called. You know what I mean? And I figure after this, a few people might be picking their dead up. But on that note, man, rap is real. And regardless of what people like to say about it, it is real. And people are actually dying for it. If you come to Los Angeles, protect your neck, because regardless if it looks, you know, it's dangerous. You go to New York, same, any city, be careful out there and get your money. Bag chasing, like I said, I'll be in Inglewood. Well, actually, oh, that was the video yesterday, but I'll reiterate it because this video is right after. But I'll be in Inglewood selling my disc this week on Sunday, so if it ain't raining, pop up. Support your boy. Push that movement. On that note, I'm your boy Zod. I'm out, ¿sabes?
Kneel before Zod!